significance of that paint scheme, because every TBM Avenger I've ever seen is always carrying a blue paint scheme. Well, this is significant, especially in this area, because that was the paint scheme that was in the Atlantic area. So if there was a TBM that was based at Norfolk Naval Air Station, it would carry this paint scheme, so it's very authentic to this area. TBMs were used to look for U-boats off the coast of the United States, and of course with their long range they could reach out far beyond the coastline to look for U-boats. In fact, they went out as what was called hunter-killer groups. They would go out and attack submarines, and in fact sometimes the German U-boat crews, just from the ferocity of the attacks,
comes Tim around again.
Their submarines were going to sink. And you were given a U-boat. It was known as U-505.
It just had the doors closed.
And a group from the tiny carrier that was offshore,
We got a trash
TBMs,
bag,
had
man. Here, I'll take your trash.
Oh, you do? Thank you.
armed boarding party went aboard the U-505, attached a tow line to the aircraft carrier, and towed it to the Bahamas, where eventually
I'll catch you when we get our polo out here.
in Chicago, that very same
Get
U-boat
your cameras ready for when it takes off, and I'm gonna be quiet for that so you can make a video.
All right.
Gonna do just like that. That must be Richard Hensch. I don't think that's Hensch. That's a here from the air boss.
from your right, and the Sky Raider taking
I'm gonna be quiet so you can make a video. Here we go. What did I do is hold the hat like this to her.
Carry 13 tons of bombs.
The TBM Avenger, designated TBM torpedo bomber, originally manufactured by General Motors, became one of the most productive. The Avenger saw extensive service hours in the Germany.
It has a round engine like this, but it has twice as
Now,
many
Grumman
cylinders
initially
right behind the other.
designed and built the Avenger, which was known as the TBF Avenger, because Torpedo Bomber F stood for Grumman. Don't ask me why, but some of these aircraft designations were just a little odd. But anyway, but Grumman could not keep up with the production because they were building fighters for the Navy as well, so on license allowed General Motors. You see the TBM, you know, it is manufactured by General Motors Corporation. One of the battles that's best known for the Avengers was in the instrumental in the destruction of Japanese battleships and other vessels during the largest naval battle of World War II, and that would be the Battle of Leyte Gulf, which we are commemorating this weekend. One of the largest naval battles in history, critical confrontation in the Pacific theater. The battle was part of the Allied invasion of the Philippines and aimed to cut off Japan from its conquered territories in Southeast Asia. And why is that so important? Because the oil supplies and refineries were to the west of the Philippines, and if the Allies held the Philippines, they would be able to block the Japanese Navy and Air Forces, for that matter, from getting the oil that was in Burma. So by taking back the Philippines, not only did they do that, but they also fulfilled the promise that General Douglas MacArthur made back early in the war.
Impressive takeoff.
He said, "I shall return."
I think the slower ones
Japanese
are my
plan
favorites,
was
like the
codenamed
Stearman and the
Shogun.
Texans.
And their thought was to divide the remaining their naval strength into several task forces that would converge on Leyte Gulf and destroy the Allied invasion fleet as we were trying to recapture the Philippines. The plan involved a series of complex and coordinated maneuvers. There was a northern force, which consisted mainly of aircraft carriers with very few airplanes. It's important to note in 1944 that many of the Japanese airplanes and pilots had been eliminated from the war. They were not able to manufacture the airplanes or train the pilots. The center force ends up being called the battleships and cruisers, as the southern force split into two groups, western and eastern, and they would attack Surigao Strait.
Thank you very much.
Plus, they were
What they're doing is pretend to pop balloons with the propellers. A flight of them diving in on the South Pacific looking for the enemy below. Just saw the World War I airplanes.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Subian Sea took place October 24th.
Here
Japanese
comes
Vice Admiral Kirita
Tim
Center Force was
Savage.
protected by American submarines and attacked by German-based aircraft from Edward Halsey's 3rd Fleet. One of their super battleships was sunk. During the night of October 24th and 25th, the Southern Force attempted to pass through the Surigao Strait. They were ambushed by a prepared Allied force under Rear Admiral Jesse Oldendorf, which employed the Crossing the T maneuver, classic battleship maneuver. The Japanese force was decimated with most of the ship's sunk. Now, so far in the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the Allied forces made all the right moves, but
Coming in fast. Got it. Dynamite doing the snapper when it pops.
in Admiral Corsair's Air Force. The American 3rd Fleet sank 4 Japanese carriers, effectively neutralizing Japan's leading us later in that day to the Battle off San Juan. Admiral Kirita, having regrouped, pressed on to Leyte Gulf and encountered a small and lightly armed American task unit known as Taffy 3. Now, Taffy 3 was composed mostly of escort carriers, destroyers, and destroyer escorts. Now, besides being heavily outgunned, the American forces mounted a very fierce defense, launching relentless air attacks and torpedo runs, to the point that the Japanese believed they were up against American fleet carriers and battleships, despite the fact that they were being attacked by escort carriers, destroyers, and destroyers. Bravery and justice is a Taffy 3 committed significant damage, usually, as he said, leading the admiral to think that he was up against a much, much larger force. The Battle of Leyte Gulf crippled the Japanese Navy's ability to conduct large-scale
What do you
naval
hear? You hear
operations
the air traffic
and marked
control
the final
from the
turning
air
point of the
boss.
Pacific War. It secured the beachhead on Leyte for the Allied forces to continue their advance toward Japan. Victory at Leyte Gulf hastened the collapse of Japanese control in the Philippines, weakening their efforts and eventually leading to their defeat.
They're gonna do a quick banana pass. They're gonna tilt the wings and you'll be able to get a really good shot of them.
Okay.
Have your cameras ready, they're coming around now. is way off in the distance, but he'll be inbound in just a few minutes. Right now, here comes Tim Savage and the TBM Avenger.
It was the FM-2 Wildcat. Coming out of the Grumman Iron Works, as it was known, the FM-2 played a pivotal role in both the Atlantic and the Pacific theaters. Of course, its primary function included air defense, ground attack, and anti-submarine warfare. FM-2s were there at the Battle of Leyte Gulf, providing air cover for the U.S. fleet and ground forces during this engagement. And FM-2s also supported amphibious assaults by providing close air support and air superiority where Japanese held islands, helping to pave the way for the ground forces.
Pretend to pop a balloon. Bombs away. How am I doing making a bomb sound? After the Pacific battle, then we have the Korean War flyover, the Corsair and the Sky Raider.
Yes, that's where the Corsair went. He went to form up with the Sky Raider.
Then the ground it went in a V1 Buzz Bop demo. And then we'll have a European theater aircraft featuring a ME-109, a Yak, a Spitfire, a Yak-3, and a Mustang. P-51 Mustang.
We should have him on the mic.
I know, that's what I think too.
He's great. He's got a future doing this.
What am I doing that just like? That's a quick banana pass. Tilt the wing. That's a flight of a diving on the South Pacific looking for the enemy below. Sinking. He tilts the wing with a flower bomb. Where to bomb it? That's a Navy steerman. We have a gray steerman from an F4U that was painted in the mid-30s. You can actually... That's a steerman on top. In the middle, that does not have a stanchion.
You see them way out there? No. Little dots right below the Sky Raider, the Corsair together.